And now, your host, Brandon Hilder. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the opening act. I'm your host, Brandon Hilder, and today I'm also with a co-host that is Boone.
Hola.
Yes, it is quite the lovely day in the studio today. Welcome to this podcast interview show. This is a show where we interview musicians and more, and it's always fun to be here. Today's special guest is Andrew Garden. Andrew is a singer and songwriter and also formerly known as Young Nugget. How are you doing today, Andrew?
What's up, guys? I'm hyped to be here.
Woohoo! Oh, yes. Yeah, so have you been having a pretty good day today?
Yep, so far so good. Just was at the climbing gym, actually. Been doing some rock climbing, so that's been fun. Yeah, and I just finished up with some of my final college assignments, so I'm almost done with college. Exciting. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, feels good.
I bet it does. I know, I'm just about done with high school. I got 8 days left, and I can finally grab that diploma and go rolling on into college. So, I'm like 4 years behind
it's crazy
you.
feeling, man.
Yeah, for sure.
End of an era.
Yeah, congratulations. So,
Appreciate
I guess we'll go ahead and kind of get off in the questions. And I guess, first of all, thank you so much for taking time to be here. It means a lot that you could do this. And, yeah, it's great. Feel very happy that you're here today. And also, before we get off into this, guys, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe, follow all that dumb stuff. But, it's important stuff still. So, when did you first discover your passion for music?
I would say probably, I don't know. I don't think I could really pinpoint like a specific time just because it was more of like a gradual kind of discovery or process. I mean, I feel like at first I just kind of thought it would just be a fun pastime or hobby, and then eventually it just kind of grew more and more into more of something I took serious. Because at first it was just kind of like very casual. I was just making beats on YouTube and stuff, and then I just started to take it more seriously. Started rapping, obviously, and kept going. And it just started to gain traction. I started to take it more seriously, not just because it was more popular, just because it was fun too. I don't know. I think it's kind of been a kind of a gradual process over the last 5 years.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. So let's kind of take a second and kind of reflect on the past a little bit. Who was your favorite artist or your favorite group, band, or whatever as a teenager?
I would say when I was young, I was really mainly into rap primarily. That was the first kind of music I got into that was not from my parents showing me music.
Yeah.
And I just remember my friend showing me the album 2014 Forest Hills Drive by J. Cole when it came out, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. I listened to that a lot, and
wow.
One Joey Badass album, I think it was Before the Money. I used to listen to that in class a lot, in this one class I had freshman year of high school. Really just rap. I didn't listen to anything that wasn't rap music on my own volitions for a while till mid high school, honestly. And I feel I'm kind of going back and trying to give more of an education on the other kinds of other music outside the rap realm, just because I feel I was definitely kind of pigeonholed on that one kind of it just in that one style of music, and that's all I listened to when I was younger. And now obviously I'm like more interested in other styles of music. So yeah, I think that those are my initial influences, and then I just grew out of that eventually.
Yeah. So when you said that you kind of have recently started to kind of branch off into other types of music and you're listening, what are some like types of music and maybe some of those artists that you've kind of found like after this post-rap era, and what are those and how do you think they've kind of spoke to you?
I think that the first like artist I listened to that was anything close to like alternative or indie music was Rex Orange County. I remember finding that song "Loving Is Easy" that he has in like 2017, and thought that was really cool. And I started to listen to more like, yeah, I listened to like some like R&B stuff too, like Anderson .Paak I like that a lot. Just like it's kind of like hip hop rap adjacent stuff, and that helped me to like get into where I am now. But I don't know, I was listening to like bedroom pop for a long time, and like bedroom pop was really cool to me, and that's like kind of influenced like my early music as Andrew Garden. Like some of the songs a lot of them aren't even on Spotify, but like my old songs like are very like bedroom pop, like Claro influence and stuff like that. And then yeah, I kind of like as I was in college, I started to get more into like post punk and like I don't know, like surf rocks, like Surf Curse obviously is like a big one, and then I don't know. I think at this point I kind of primarily listen to like alternative rock and indie rock and stuff.
Yeah, that stuff's good.
I listen to a lot of hyperpop too. I listen to like Glaive and like Eric DOA a lot, and like Break-Ins. But yeah, I think it was just a gradual shift from like primarily rap to primarily, I don't even know, alt pop, alternative rock.
Yeah. I'm also into that like surf rock scene and the alternative kind of rock and the indie rock, that stuff. I am all for that type of stuff. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Australian surf rock band Hockey Dad. If you haven't, definitely search them up. But I think they're my favorite surf rock band. They just got such a great sound to them, and it's a little more like they have like some indie roots. You can definitely tell in it, but they also have some punk roots, and it just makes for a cool Australian surf sound. They're pretty awesome. But yeah.
Well, I'm gonna check them out. I appreciate the recommendation. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that type of music is always one of my favorites. I can listen to pretty much any type of rock, and those are big ones.
Yeah. Recently I've been like more like shoegaze too a lot. I like I don't even know. I started listening to like this band Word like pretty recently. That's like that they're like it's pretty like heavy stuff. It's kind of dark, but it's pretty cool. It's like
cool.
Punk shoegaze. I don't know. That's just cool. I've been thinking about trying to like experiment with that more, but yeah.
Do it. That sounds awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all for music change, and I just love seeing artists branch out and try new things and mix new things in the music that they're already doing. So yeah, whatever you want to do, man, I'll be there to listen to it.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's kind of talk a little bit about the music you create. You can kind of start wherever you want to go in this, the older stuff, the new stuff, wherever you want. Tell me a little bit about that.
In what regard do you mean, like?
Like, yeah, what kind of music you make? Yeah. Well, let's start with that.
Yeah.
What kind of music?
Sure. I think that I would describe my music now as, I don't know, I guess like the broadest term is alternative rock, but I think that, yeah, it definitely just takes a lot of inspiration from those bands I was just talking about, like kind of, yeah, surf rock or post-punk. I don't know. I think I mean, obviously, I started out making comedic meme rap, you know, and I was part of that whole like meme rap scene that was a big thing in like 2020, 2021 too. But
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I mean, now I'd say it's pretty. Yeah, I'd say surf rock, alternative rock. I don't know. Sometimes I think there's elements of punk, but not really. I don't really identify with that. Like, I
Yeah.
don't identify with that sound that much. I think that's not really. Yeah, I wouldn't describe it like that. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to. I think it's a little bit weird to like describe your own genre because like
Yeah.
you
It
don't
definitely
like
can
you don't.
be.
Yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes it's hard for an artist to do that because you don't want to like box yourself into one style. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's how I would describe it if I had to.
So, and this will always be my favorite example of this, but one of my dear friends, and I met this friend from doing an interview with him. His name is Preston Scott, and I remember when I asked him what genre that his band was, he told me that he completely made up his genre, and he called it, let's see if I can remember, Omaha Attic Indie. And it was like a mix of emo, indie rock, alternative, punk rock, just everything. Everything compiled into one.
Omaha, what?
Omaha Attic Indie. It's completely original to him. And I was like, wow, so why did you do this? And he was like, in the music world, a lot of people are going to try to categorize you and going to be like, hey, we want this type of music and this type of music only. Well, why'd you change from whatever to this? And he said, so we did this so we could avoid it. So we could make the music we wanted to make, and the people that were expecting music from us would be expecting that because that's what we wanted to make. And I was like, that is so smart. Oh my goodness. So I say when it
Yeah,
comes to like labeling your genre, say what you want to say. Yeah, just whatever it is to you and whatever it means to you, whatever it speaks,
yeah. People are still going to try and categorize music regardless of how you whatever I say. However, I try to categorize it. I can't control how people perceive it. So I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't really. Me honestly, I don't think about that very often. You know, it's not like I'm. I mean, I definitely think about the style of music I want to make, but like, I can't. It's not. I don't have to like say it. You know, it's kind of like implied. Like when I put out a song and it's, maybe if I put out a song that's more inspired by like the upbeat surf rock kind of sound, I don't have to like go and be like, hey guys, I'm releasing a song that is like, I don't have to be that upfront about it. Like people can tell, like
Yeah.
it's not really like it's more subtle than that.
Yeah, but I can definitely like, and I've been listening to a lot of your newer music, like a lot recently, and especially the last song that you just released, and we're talking 4 days ago is when this thing hit Spotify. The song Backseat Driver. I can really kind of hear like the surf rock that you're talking about and a few other things popping out in this song. I can actually, like, now that you say it, I was able to be like, oh, that's what that is. And I'm kind of connecting dots now. And like, yeah, I can definitely hear that you did that. And I just want to say good job for implementing that because, it's not every day that you can actually completely implement like that well the points and the genres in a specific song. So great job on that. But yeah, we Boone and I, we just actually got finished listening to that song. I don't know, maybe 5 minutes before you called, and I think we both had the same thoughts. Yeah, but yeah. So like, definitely that song, I could definitely hear it in that. So that was cool.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. I don't really, like I said though, I don't really want to just stick with just making. Well, I don't know. I think that like we'll see. I mean, I change my mind a lot, but like I think that there's two approaches. You can like if you make a lot of songs that sound very similar or in a very similar lane of music, then sometimes it can help you to gain more of an audience because people, you can capture more of those fans, you know, but at the same time, you can kind of box yourself in. I've already used that word a couple times, that phrase a couple times, but the point is just that by boxing yourself in, like, you can limit yourself in the long term, but maybe in the short term, you can, you know, build up more of a fan base. But there's kind of a balance, you know? I mean, the best artists, the artists that are most memorable are the ones that kind of like, maybe they don't have some name they've branded their own music as, but their music is very much their own and it's consistent. Their voice is consistent.
Yes.
But it's not, it stands out from the crowd at the same time, you know?
Yeah, like you can tell a Blink-182 song apart from a Green Day song, kind of going back with that kind of punk thing, but you can like clearly tell that. But yeah, I agree. They have their style and a lot of their songs will sound similar, and yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, so it's tough as an artist, I feel like, especially like someone like myself who I don't really feel like, I feel like I'm still definitely finding my voice and finding like exactly how I want to, you know, express myself, and that's still definitely something that changes a lot. And I think it can be tough to like, you want to be consistent, but at the same time you don't want to, you don't want to alienate people, you know. You don't want to like, I don't know. I think sometimes maybe I feel like it's weird to be like, sometimes I feel concerned about putting out 2 songs, and one of them is like a surf rock song, and then one of them's like a post-punk emo song or something, and how that might affect people's perception. But at the end of the day, people are gonna like what they're gonna like, and I think that you just got people just want good music, you know. It's not as much about like, it's not as much about limiting yourself to a genre, especially nowadays. I think a lot of my favorite artists nowadays, they release all kinds of music, and if it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. That's all there is to it.
There you go. So let's take a minute and talk about stage names. So
wait, say that again. Sorry.
So let's take a minute and kind of talk about stage names and other names like that. So, and it wasn't until, I mean, I'm not going to say too recent, but that I learned that your name is not actually Andrew Garden, but I'm still going to refer to you as that. How did you get that name?
You know, I felt like the name Young Nugget is very, kind of like I was saying earlier, you know, it's very like, you know what you're going to get with that name. It appeals to a certain kind of person, but at the same time, again, going back to the idea, being in a box, you know, you can't make, or at least it's hard to be taken seriously with that kind of name when you're making some music that's not supposed to be like super comedic or whatever. So I just wanted to pick a name that was like more, more accessible, I guess, you know, and that didn't feel like it could, because I don't know, I think when I started out this persona, I didn't know exactly where I wanted to go with it. Like I said, at the time I was really interested in like bedroom pop and stuff, so I felt like that name was kind of fit in the vibe of bedroom pop music and stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to make something that was accessible, or make a name that was accessible and not like, that didn't feel like, I don't know. It wasn't like Young Nugget where it's like, it's just only going to be a comedic kind of
I
artist.
understand.
It's pretty hard to escape that, you know?
Yeah, it definitely.
I don't know. I mean, I also just didn't want to use my like full real name just because, I don't know. I'm not really, can't really articulate why I would rather change it at least a little bit so it's not like directly my actual name, but yeah, I don't know. It just kind of felt right, I guess.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think it's a good name to do for music, yeah. And I definitely get the part where you're kind of saying that it's a lot different than Young Nugget in the sense of like the actual name itself and how it kind of ties into that. Yeah, it makes sense. I get where you're going with that for sure. So let's see.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the people that you've kind of met at. What friends have you kind of met in your music career, and like how have they kind of influenced you and helped you out?
Well, when I was first doing the meme rap stuff, it definitely helped to meet like Shotgun Willie and like MP Virgins and Young Cracker, and those guys were good. They helped me kind of I don't know, improve my music and expand my audience and stuff. And we kind of were like we felt like we were part of like a scene, I guess. And obviously I'm not part of that anymore. They're still doing their thing. But I don't know, now I've made a lot of friends like just at my school, like that also make music. So like my roommate, he's also like here right now. He also makes music, and
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, just like there's like I've made some good friends like at school who also make music, and we're all gonna move to LA in like a month to pursue that. So
Now, here's
that's
my
cool.
question. So, going to college and being on a campus, are any of like your peers like fans of you? And if so, is that weird?
When I first got to school, there was a couple people who like knew about Young Nugget, like when I was a freshman, and it was a little weird, but it was really cool. And I talked to them and got to meet them and stuff. A lot of people's like younger siblings were like fans because like they were like, I think that most of the people that listen to that music were a bit younger than college age.
Yeah.
But yeah, some people's like younger brothers and stuff were listening to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, now I think that most people that I wouldn't say most people, but I think it's throughout my school, I'm like relatively well known that I make music, but it's just like because I've like been doing it for a while, so like there's plenty of people who know that I make music, and yeah, there's definitely people that like support it. It's not like it's a bit different though when it's like someone who's listened to it independently without knowing that I'm like a student here. It's like they find out the music first and then they find out I'm a student. That's like a different experience versus like
Yeah.
finding out that I'm a student and then finding the music, because it's less of a surprise for them. But yeah, at this point it's mainly just the first one where people like know who I am, like because they go to school with me and they listen to the music and stuff. So that's been nice to just have like a community of people at school and stuff. For sure.
That's good. Yeah, have you had to sign many autographs for all of their little siblings or anything though?
I think I just took like pictures a couple times for like for like people's kids and stuff, or little brothers and stuff, but
yeah,
not too much. Nothing serious.
That's funny. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, and in total, how do you kind of feel about that Young Nugget experience? Like, do you regret any of the time as Young Nugget, or are you happy with that experience? How do you kind of look upon that?
I would say mostly positive, mostly thankful for that.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's definitely been a while since especially some of the older songs. It's been like 4 or 5 years since I made this song, so a little bit detached from it at this point. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I would have the audience I do. I definitely wouldn't without that music. So
yeah,
it's been a blessing for sure.
That's good. Yeah,
it was fun. Those songs are fun to make, and yeah, made a lot of good memories doing that stuff. So.
Yeah. The music's fun to listen to. It's pretty funny too. So, but yeah. So, okay, now I don't know too much about this, but I have a friend that really, really wanted me to ask this question. So what can you tell me about your experience with Roblox and your involvement with that?
That's cool. You had a friend that wanted to know about that. Yeah.
I was like, ask
I
what questions
basically,
you want. And he's like, that. And I was like, okay.
I basically applied to just applied to an internship there like a little over a year ago, and I did not think I was going to get it. I did an interview and I was like, I don't know, like I don't think so. Like I just was feeling doubtful, but then like the next day they gave me an offer and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna take this. Like have this experience. So I did that last summer. Yeah, it was fun. It was kind of a little bit surreal or weird just because I know that like a lot of I actually mentioned in my interview. I mentioned in my interview that a lot of people found my music through Roblox, and that was just a funny full circle moment. And also just kind of a crazy experience, like working at a company where there's like I don't know, so many young people are playing that game every day, you know. And I mean, it's not like I was really doing much to actually like affect the company. I mean, I was just an intern, you know. But it was just cool to be a part of it, and
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Overall, a cool experience. I mean, I think I've told most of the stories from this already a couple times. I don't know if I want to go all the way through all the stuff that happened, but let me think. Yeah, I don't know. It was just overall a cool experience. Some of the there was a moment where like one of the older employees, or not older, yeah, one of the like full time employees who was like probably 23 or 24, he like recognized me from my music, and that was kind of funny because he like
Huh.
knew my song for a moment, and so then slowly more people started to find out at the company, but it was because they didn't know about my Young Nugget music when I started working there. Um, but slowly it started to spread through the company, and I was a little nervous, but it was cool. No one like, I mean, I didn't get fired or anything, obviously, so it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk a little bit more about new music. So we did talk a little bit about the new single, Backseat Driver, and I thought that was a pretty good song. Overall, like, how did that song go? Like, pretty happy with the turnout on that song?
Regard like of making it, or just the whole process overall, or
Yeah, just
what
when you look back at it, is that something you're going to be pretty proud of in the future?
I mean, it's like you said, it's only been 4 days, so hard to say, but
That is true.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's a really good song, and I'm glad that I released it. It was originally supposed to be on my EP, and then I kind of took a break from working on it, and I came back to it, and yeah, I don't know. I think that I would look at that song as like a continuation of the sound from my EP and stuff from the past, and I think that that was kind of the last song from that EP that I didn't end up releasing, or that I had still in the back burner. So
Yeah.
um, at this point, it's kind of I think now after I released that one, I'm kind of like looking to what's next and to see if I want to like evolve more stylistically.
Yeah, and when you mention the EP, you're referring to the Bird Brain EP, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So, and that ties into another question as well. What did it mean to you, like, to finally have an EP under this name, and how did that feel to get that out?
For being able to finally release a body of work. Yeah, I don't know. It's something I wanted to do for a while, and yeah, I'm proud of how it turned out. I think it helped me to like solidify myself as an artist under this name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm definitely proud of it.
And also with that came a lot of really mellow music videos. And I say mellow because when I watched them, I kind of felt that mellow mood, and I was like, wow, these are pretty feel good, and I liked them a lot. Did you have a favorite music video to shoot recently? Like out of all those recent ones, which one was your
video we
favorite
did was
one to shoot?
definitely the best video. The best video we did was definitely Howling at the Moon. I think that was we put a lot of effort into that one. I think it would be cool to do another video like that. Yeah, I don't know. I think that was definitely like the most fleshed out one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that's another thing that is just kind of always evolving is like the vision for that kind of stuff and for music videos and that. But I think now that I'm not going to be in school, I'll have more time to really devote to like figuring out what I want this to look like and how to present that visually.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you did a really good job with that. So, yeah. And I can't wait to see the more music videos that you put out in the future. Yeah, those can definitely... I've had some conversations with people, and they tell me how awful they can be to shoot. So overall, would you say that they were, like, painful experiences, or were they relatively easy to go with?
It's fun. I don't know. It's you just go out and
Good answer. It's fun.
Go somewhere. Yeah, get to go somewhere new and hopefully pretty and walk around and perform. And it's I don't think it's usually very stressful.
Yeah.
It can be tiring. It can be exhausting. But,
I bet.
It's a good time.
Yeah, when I interviewed Dan Konopka of OK Go, he was just telling me how exhausting and tiring and just brutal some of those music videos were. And if you're not familiar with their music videos, they're all
like
shot in
crazy,
one.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
I do know them.
That's a whole different. I mean, that's a whole different thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, those music videos.
Yeah, that's got to be pretty tough. Yeah, I mean, that's a whole different ballgame.
He told me he had people just break down in complete tears after some of the sets or some of the shoots, just because of how just terrible that was. But yeah, definitely a little bit more mellow than those types of videos, and those ones I could definitely see being a little bit better. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so now we're gonna kind of go into the part of the show where we do some rapid questions.
Hey, so hi Andrew. I'm sorry I haven't talked a lot this entire time. I've kind of just been like a deer in the headlights. You're absolutely one of my most favorite artists ever. Seriously, you're an amazing human being. Please keep up the good work. I have to go now, though.
That's so kind. Oh, okay. Take care, yeah.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, you too.
And Boone has left the building. He said he's going to miss you. He already took off his headset. Okay. Okay. So now that I have lost my co-host, we'll kind of get on to these quick little rapid-fire questions. So, let's see. Oh, boy, these are so stupid. Why did I even put these in? Okay. And most of these questions has come from the friend that kind of introduced me into your music, so I guess keep that in mind. I don't know.
Is this the same guy the same guy who asked about the Roblox stuff, too?
Yes, that is the exact same person. Yes.
Yeah, we should have gotten him in the studio, man.
So he lives like 2 hours away from me. I would have done it.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah, when I told him I was interviewing you, he freaked out. Same with the kid that was just here. But yes. Yeah, they were both really excited. Cool. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad we can make it happen. Okay, let's do these questions. Okay,
the questions. So, let's see. What is your favorite candy? Oh, boy.
1 second. Someone's at the door. You got it. Okay, sorry. I'm stalling here.
You're all good.
I would say Gushers.
Gushers, okay. I like it. That's good. Now, who is your favorite superhero?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Okay. I like it. Let's see. What is your favorite fast food place? Is what he asked.
Chipotle counts as Chipotle.
Chipotle, okay. Now, what is your favorite fruit?
I'm literally looking in the apple right now. I'm about to munch on it.
Nice. Now, if you had to
Mhm.
be a fruit, what type of fruit would you be?
Banana.
A banana. Do you have any reason why you'd be a banana?
I think it speaks for itself. Next question.
Okay. Now, this question is from my favorite TV show, Chuck. If you were on a deserted island and could have one sandwich with you, what kind would it be? Give me as much or little detail as you want.
Only one sandwich, or is it like I have to eat that same sandwich over and over again?
We'll go with just one sandwich. This is the last sandwich you're ever going to eat.
Like a giant ass sub. I don't know, one of those like submarine ones that are like from Scooby Doo, where it's like 10 feet long.
Make it big. That's good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is the end of all my rapid fire questions. Let's see. So, is there anything else you'd like to share about any of your recent music or anything like that?
Sorry. Just go by the apple. Honestly, I would just say thank you so much for people that support me. Like I said, I'm just trying to I think I'm still figuring out who I want to be as an artist and what sound I want to pursue, and just trying to find ways to really like make my music as unique and strong as possible. I think that I just want to let people know that every day I'm working hard and trying to improve. So I appreciate them sticking with me. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm sure they'll be there for a long, long time with you. Yeah.
I hope so. So I want to ask you though, what's your experience like with my music? When did you find out about it?
How did I what? Sorry?
When did you find out about my music, and what has your experience been with it?
Ooh, so with your music. Okay, so it's been a while. It's been about, I would say maybe 3 years, 2.5, 3 years since I first listened to you, and that was the friend who just had all those rapid fire questions. He was like, hey, listen to this. I know it's not typically what you listen to, but I think you might like it. And I did, and it was actually one of the very early Andrew Garden songs.
Which one?
It was Pass Me By, and that was the very first one I listened to. And
wow.
I loved your sound. I was like, oh my goodness, this I can beat to this. I like this. And it was unique because, I'm a rock guy. I primarily listen to rock music, but it was a good like breath of fresh air in that sense. And as your new music has been coming out, and with like the more mellow, slow attitude that it's been getting, I've really, really respected it. It's been something I can jam to. It's good. Yeah, it's good. Like relaxing video game music or study or whatever you want to do to it. Yeah, that's kind of my experience with you, and it's been pretty good since then. And I'll be honest, I haven't listened to too much of the Young Nugget music. But I have listened to some of it.
Appreciate it more. Yeah, I appreciate it more. You listen to this stuff. That's crazy, man. I don't know, man. I just really, for me, it's just the vocals on Pass Me By. Like, I don't know. I just think, looking back on it, I just find it sound really amateur, and like, I don't know. I just can't really, like, when I listen to that song and like the vocals on it, and I listen to the vocals on my new stuff, I'm like, they just feel like embarrassing. I don't know. I can't really explain it, but I feel bad because I know how many people like that. I know, like, it's crazy to hear like your first song that you heard, because it's hard to remind myself that people like genuinely listen to those songs, and like have experiences with them. But sometimes I feel selfish for taking them down, but I don't know. I mean, also it's not like it's not like you can't still listen to them because they're on SoundCloud and stuff. Like, if you want to hear them, they're not like wiped from the internet,
Yeah, you can still find them. Yeah.
And then like. I know, I feel bad. I've gotten plenty of fans like asking me about that. I don't know, man.
Don't feel bad.
Cool to hear that was the first song. That's cool to hear that was the first song you heard from me, though. That's really interesting. I don't know. That's just funny. That's because I'm sure that was a lot of people's. I mean, it was definitely a lot of people's introduction to my new music.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I really liked it.
What?
It's okay though.
What'd you say? You like what?
Said I did really like that song. It was like, yeah, like I actually found the lyrics really relatable in that song in a few senses, and I thought it was just overall it was good. Good little poppy indie type song is kind of how I would maybe classify that. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, well, thanks for listening. All right, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. That's about all I gotta say. I don't know. Anyone who's listening, I'm sorry the songs are down.
Don't apologize. It's okay. We understand. Things
Yeah.
happen. It's all in the past. It's all good. Just keep cranking out good music now, and eventually people will be able to kind of look that by and not really care, and it'll all be okay. You're doing a really good job at what you're doing. I want you to know that. I'm sure you hear it a lot, but you're a really great musician, and you should know that. So continue what you're doing, man. It's not disappointing me, and I doubt it's disappointing anybody. So just keep what you're up to, and yeah, rock on,
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're
Very
welcome.
kind of you to say.
Yeah. So thank you so much for being here. It was a great interview. I really enjoyed talking to you. Yeah, I wish you luck with all your future songwriting and all the future things you're going to do, because I know you're going to continue to impress people and go far. And I guess with that, I wish you a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. Take care.
Yep, we'll catch you later. Thank you. Bye.
All right, bye.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for listening to that episode. That one was so fun to record. Yeah, great conversation with Andrew. And everybody, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and go check out the links I have in the description below for his and all of his music. Go listen to it. It's definitely worth the listen. He's a great musician, as we talked about this whole interview. Special thanks to Boone for sitting there with me and getting to say his little bit kind of in the middle. It was a lot of fun being there with him. And yeah, with that, guys, you have a wonderful rest of your day.